Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. This is just a very quick, basically a quick update just on me personally, not so much the tank. Basically I've been asked a load of comments and private messaging and stuff about what happened with my other tanks, the Red Sea. Some people might not have tuned in to the videos, or they've probably just not seen or heard. Also about the nyos tank. And stuff like that. They just wanted to know what's been happening and where I stood basically, and what happened in that situation. So I thought I'd just quickly go over. Some of you guys probably already know and stuff like that, but for the people who don't, just basically clarify it and get it out of the way, and then obviously everybody knows then, the people who tune in. But I must have had literally like 50 private messages asking me like where it was. So rather than replying to each and every one of you guys, I thought I'd just put out this quick little video and just explaining myself exactly what's been happening, and yeah, go from there. So first things first, in March, literally a year to the day last year, my brother-in-law, he sadly passed away unexpectedly. He was only 38 years of age, so yeah, it was a massive shock for us as a family as well, but also for myself, and obviously having to, help my missus out and her family through those times. That was pretty tough, to be fair. So we dealt through that. That was in the March. Then in the middle of the year, I lost my job. Obviously I got the nyos tank. I'd sold everything, my Red Sea in the November to Lee. He took over all that, and then obviously in the middle of the year, I got the nyos tank, which I was absolutely looking forward to. Beautiful tank, by the way, really well made, quality. You can see the quality of it, and I love the design of it. It's unique. And stuff like that. So yeah, I really look forward to that tank. Got it all cycled, processed that on my YouTube channel. You can go and check that out if you want to. But yeah, did that, cycled it, everything was going fine, and then I lost my job. Obviously financially it was pretty tough for the family, and yeah, I obviously had to get into work and stuff like that as quick as I could. So obviously I got a new job, but this job required me to work away sometimes, stay over and stuff like that. Now with a new tank, you guys will probably know, it's dead difficult to, the first year or so for a reef aquarium is the most important. It needs to be literally spot on in terms of the parameters, the temperature, everything needs to be fine for it to flourish, in my opinion anyway. That's exactly how I went with it on my Red Sea tank, which, as you guys know, went from strength to strength. I never had any issues with that tank whatsoever. After the first year, everything just thrived. So obviously I had to deal with that. But with not being here and being away sometimes, obviously it was more difficult, and I didn't want to put the pressure, obviously, with what my missus was still going through, and still is to this day, with a brother. We didn't want to put the pressure on her. Now I had friends who said they would come round, but once again, I didn't really want to rely on people to come around. And every time I had an issue, or if I was away, I had to contact them. Or can you just nip round? Can you nip round? It was going out of their day. They had families and stuff like that, and I just didn't want to be that burden. Now, obviously, I know that they wouldn't have mind, and everything would have been fine. But it's just me personally. I just don't like to rely on anybody to do those sort of things, especially with a reef. And plus, you don't want you don't want the burden of them thinking if anything happens, it's my fault, stuff like that. I should have done this or I should have done that. So in the end, guys, it was just a case of like, I can't deal with this. I can't, it's just a bit too much for me to deal with, especially working away, and I just don't want anything to happen. So the conclusion was to get rid of the tank, and obviously keep my fluval, which I've got. That basically is well over a year old now, and that's just going through the everything perfect. That's going through through the changes for the first year, but now it's rock steady. And like I said, I don't do water changes every 3 weeks. The corals are thriving, the fish are happy, and yeah, that just basically does the thing. So what I'm really going to do this year, hopefully, maybe in the summer, is pick myself up a Red Sea Max, maybe something. That's probably the way I'm going to go, to be honest, in a sense of tanks, something like an all-in-one. I don't want anything, you know, that needs a skimmer, etc. Anything like that. I don't, you know, a UV. I'm not bothered in that situation. I just want a nice, easy setup that I can look after. And if anything happens, then obviously the missus can deal with it. It's not going to be too hard for her. If the plug goes off or the electric strip, it's simple for her to deal with. And something like that is just, and that's basically what this fluval is. This fluval is exactly the same. I've had no issues with this, no in terms of electricity or anything like that, or, you know, the equipment going off. Simple, set it and forget it, and that's the way I needed it to be. So yeah, I'm going to keep my eye out. Hopefully, you know, you never know, maybe some other little tanks might come out in the future from different companies, and if they do, I'm going to take a look at that. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to stick with this little fluval. Maybe probably look for the second-hand one, to be honest. The deals that you can get is fantastic, so I'm probably going to do that. But we'll meet that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, I just wanted to put it out, guys, that obviously for you guys who don't know about the situation or what happened, then there it is. That's exactly what happened, and that's the reason why I got rid of the nyos. So hopefully it clarifies everything for you. And yeah, once again, I really appreciate you all tuning into the channel, obviously following me on my journey, and yes, sticking with me, even though, like I said, I had never posted a video for a good 8 months or so. Well, hopefully you'll be able to understand my reasoning, and yeah, hopefully you'll continue to follow me on this journey, and yeah, we'll go from there. God knows where we're going to go from here, but hopefully it'll go on to a new tank in the future. So once again, guys, I appreciate you following, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.